It's just Rhonda. Welcome to my channel.
What's up, y'all? It's me, Rhonda.
What's up, y'all? It's just Rhonda, and I'm back to talk about. Y'all, the Olympics are over, and we can get back to our regularly scheduled programming. USA went over there and did the damn thing. They dominated. Congratulations to all the athletes. Congratulations to Jordan Childs for winning the bronze medal. Regardless of what they want to do with it, we know she won. So, for us, she is one of the top three in the world. Jordan Childs is. Seems like France didn't like the look to start with. France been on one, and I don't know what they're on over there. First, they tried to push Kelly Rowlands down the stairs while she was trying to get her picture taken at the Cannes Films Festival. Then we saw them out there being downright abrasive and borderline abusive to Steph Curry's mama and his wife, Aisha. They was just trying to get in the building, and they got the, I want to say it was the police, security, whatever it was over there, doing the most with those ladies, acting like, they can't go walk into wherever it was they're walking into. Steph just won a gold medal. Come on. Then y'all don't want Sabrina to eat at the restaurant, talking about she can't eat there because she's unrecognizable. Friends, I don't know what's happening over there, but I don't want to go. Shit. The people said it's ghetto. And I run across a lot of people that went over there. They said the people be over there being extra ghetto, and that's what they was over there doing. Now we see. Thanks God that's over. Either way, USA dominated, and we're not gonna take Jordan out the list of people that went over there to dominate. It seems like they were very uncomfortable with the look. I don't know. Those three ladies standing up on the podium, showing love to each other. Then they decide they don't want to give her bronze. So what happened was she went over there and ripped it up down there to the gymnastics competition. And the judges try to slight her of her points. And the coaches was like, hang on for a second, because I want to see the numbers. I want to see how y'all came up with those numbers, because it seems to me that her routine was quite complicated in comparison to the other people. They said they went over the numbers and they looked things over, and they was like, yeah, you know what, you're right. This is how the numbers should have been in the first place. We was over there playing in y'all face. We didn't know you was gonna say something, but since you did, we're gonna go ahead and give her points that she deserved in the first place. So she got her points, and then, they did that thing that they do. They go stand there on the pedestal and be all proud, and, we're all proud, and then they celebrate the whole thing. And the Romanian people was over there being, I don't know, angry, irritated. They didn't like the look, and apparently the judges was on that same side of things. So they decided, you know what? When you had came over here and told us that you wanted to go back over those numbers, you had took too long. You only have a minute to do that. You took too long to do that. And so since you were outside the parameters of the time allotted for you to contest or appeal or say, hey, wait a second, that don't sound right. Any of the things you did didn't work for them. So US was like, hang on for a second. So you're saying that the reason why you're trying to snatch this girl's medal back is because y'all think that we took too long to contest the judging, the judges and their numbers and points things? They say, yeah, she got to give it back. Return it, bring it back. This is the rule. You only have 1 minute. So United States is like, well, hold on, because we have actual video footage showing that it was less than a minute. It was actually 47 seconds. That gives us plenty more time to contest it. At least 10, 13 seconds. You know what I'm saying? And the Court of Arbitration for Sports, that's who's in charge of this, the Court of Arbitration for Sports, they said, unfortunately, we can't undo our ruling once we have ruled, even though we know that we have evidence that our ruling was actually a mistake. So y'all was just mistakenly arranging points in the favor of Romania. Now y'all mistakenly snatching it back. but you won't, return this girl her medal because the rules say you can't after you already did. Jordan, you take however long you need to get over being on fire, because I know you're on fire and disappointed and a whole lot of things. But at the end of the day, Jordan, sometimes you have to look at these things as, because we're not going to dispute you wanted the top three in the country. They can't take that away from you. Now, if this Romanian girl that whose name we don't know, I don't know her name, child, and I'm not going to look it up. If this Romanian girl wants to go ahead and try to be proud of that medal that she knows that she didn't earn, well, that says a lot about their sportsmanship too. Go on, girl, wear that medal you stole. In the meantime, we know Jordan Childs, child. We know her name, and we know she's one of the top three in the world. So, yeah. So much like I've said about the other ladies, Jordan, I want to see you selling Nikes, Adidas, whoever it is you're getting your sponsorship from. And y'all come back and do the thing. And then in 28 in Los Angeles, because the Olympics is going to be in Los Angeles, did Snoop be responsible for that? Did Snoop go over there and be like, hey, come on to the crib. This is how we going to do it over here. It's going to be in Los Angeles, allegedly. Based on what's going on in this country right now, child, we don't know what we're going to be in 2028. Hopefully still free. Y'all, congratulations to all the athletes. And yeah, shout out to Jordan Childs, one of the best in the world, top three. So Caresha, aka Young Miami, came. I guess Caresha Please is back. So she's, her first interview back is gonna be herself and Saucy. Her best friend, her best friend is doing the interview. So when I seen that, I was like, well, that's her best friend. They're just gonna be over there asking questions that, we don't give a shit about. Some of y'all do. I don't. I wouldn't have even been over here had the conversation not been allegedly about Puff, but I knew we wasn't gonna get no information about Puff. I got exactly what I expected. Saucy laying up somewhere the same way he did on College Hill. Who is going to take care of that? This child is one high maintenance ass character, Saucy. I was watching Saucy perform and I was like, bitch. Saucy, like, I guess I'm going to talk about College Hill right quick for a minute, just because that was my real introduction to Saucy Santana. I don't really be over here with these kids. You know what I'm saying? However, I know Saucy has quite the resume. And, watching him perform, like, deservedly so. I wouldn't take nothing away from that. But when he was over on College Hill, he was just being so lazy and annoying. And when I was watching him sit here over this couch with Caresha, and I was like, what is y'all doing over here laying around half-assedly asking questions? Child. Anyway, so I got exactly what I expected to get. I don't know nothing about no city girl life, but when I saw Caresha and Puff together, I was like, she not about to city girl him. That's not what's about to happen, girl. I was actually really grossed out. I was like, what is Puff doing over here with this little girl? She's like a baby child. It's nasty. He kept showing up with like Lori Harvey and just all these little girls. And I was like, what is happening? Like, I know y'all be, old ass niggas over here being weird and things, but this is very public. It was just weird. And, the elephant in the room is that she ain't really what he usually do. He likes the exotic. And you be seeing him over here, like on the beach with this thing and that thing. And, she's a beautiful girl, but, Puff has a type, exoticals. So I figure, she's young Miami. She's one of the city girls. You're an old ass nigga. So he over here using her for clout. So people was talking about them, her, young Miami. Well, nobody talking about Puff, Love, whatever he want to call himself. The man of many names. Puffy. That's where I started. That's where I'm staying. You can change your name you want to, child. What you gonna change it to now? Disgusting? Satan. I also kind of felt like, he's grooming her. He's a billionaire. Girl, I don't know what city girl think kind of thing you think you're doing, but Puff can expose you to things that you weren't gonna be able to get exposed to over here with JT. Talking about taking bags and things. Getting, whatever they be doing, city girl stuff over there. You weren't about to do that with Puff. I had no idea what he was actually over here doing. Now, I knew it was nasty, but I didn't know it was this like sinister thing. You know, this is just a sidebar because I was talking about his typical type. So this got a little weird for me because I was like, am I the only one that thinks Caresha is very similar to Puff's mother? They kind of give off the same type of energy. And Puffy's mama, well, I don't know if she still is, but she used to be at all the parties. I'm sure I got some pictures where she was in the background somewhere. I don't know if she was at some freak offs, but I bet she heard about them. It would be hard to keep some of that type of thing a secret. And we definitely know Young Miami was over there at the freak offs because she was Twitter fighting it about it. Do you find out everything on the Twitter? I don't even tweet. Every now and then I tweet. It's usually about a show. I don't be tweeting like feelings and things necessarily. That should never like that emotional, posting and thing, and it never, ever, ever ages well. Half the time when I get a memory, I'm like, what was I going through? What happened here? I should post on all my social media, bruh. Then 5 years down the line, I'll be like, what? What was I talking about? Why did I say bruh? Caresha was over here on Twitter, like claiming hierarchy down to, the freak off and who was gonna be like having their face down to her place and things. And, these are the kind of things that I know about Caresha. And I feel like based on, she didn't quit her job. She just got laid off. So she wasn't about to come over here and like spill a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, let's be clear. Jay-Z and them niggas ain't talking, so why would she talk? Because they all quiet. And the ones that have said something says things like, oh, Ice Cube. Oh, I feel like he's being targeted. Maybe. Y'all better be careful out there. I'm not mad at anybody, paying for dirty shit that they did, The shit Puff was being accused of that we saw with our very own eyes. Child. So Caresha, like when you was in this whole relationship with him, you know what I'm saying? It just seems like, I don't know. You wasn't city girling over there. You was getting city girled. I mean, I don't watch Caresha Please. Like I said, have seen, that she's into being peed on and that kind of thing floating around on social media and such. I've seen some clips of the show. Um, Based on her performance on BMF, I wouldn't be over here looking to find her do anything. It would have to be one heck of a guess. I really can't speak on her relationship with JT. I know like most of these people, they have some words back and forth on Twitter. This be business that be finding me business that I don't be looking for. And then I hear the kids out here talking about it, how her and JT was going at it on Twitter and things. She said they're not mad, but they don't talk. I mean, I feel that they were young girls. That's how life is, child. You and Sussy might be saying the same thing a couple few years down the road because, you know, based on the energy y'all be giving, it gets messy. Speaking of people that be putting their, business out on the internet, Tamar's back, seeking attention. So Braxton Family Values is back. I tried to watch it. I couldn't do it. For me, it's too triggering. I lost my sister. It's been almost 2 years now. And yeah, she wasn't sick, but still, it was just a little too much for me. And then here comes Tamar confirming, that I don't know if I really want to watch the Braxton Family Values. I probably just watched the reviews. So yesterday she came through with this bullshit. As per usual, Tamar over here tweeting things that don't really concern us. But here she go. Y'all have no idea, none. The gaslighting is crazy, and I'm going back into treatment, child, with several exclamation points after that. Oh my God, I just pray that my family can be saved and my life can be saved. My family is awful. Child. Well, I don't understand why we have to be involved in this conversation. JR means the world to me. Thank God for him. My husband and my children has saved my life. So, okay, your husband, are you married to this man? Your children? We only know about one child. So, are you talking about all his various children's? Because the people say he's got several, 5 or 6 or something. I should have never went back to BFV, never. Braxton Valley Values. So the show just came on, and this is the messed up thing about that part. The show just came back. It was definitely homage, it was definitely like giving Tracy her flowers, especially since we know how bad Tracy wanted to go back to the show. So now all of a sudden, as soon as the thing come back and we can't have a moment, like I said, I didn't watch it because I tried, but it was just a little bit too much for me. But for some people like who are huge fans of this show, it was a moment for them to like, get a little bit of Tracy, who will be missed. Nope. We got to be over here talking about how terrible your family is. Y'all, I'm going through it. I'm single and sad, and this TV shit is a lot. Your husband, what's she talking about? Her husband and her children was the thing that saved her life, and then she said she's single and she's sad. Well, now she's back today with a different story. She said, I think it's funny when I post something negative and it goes viral. When I post something positive, no one pays attention. When did she ever post anything positive? I never seen it. I mean, I'm sure if she's posting on her page, then her fans see it. I don't follow her. I don't know what she's posting over there. But if you're going to be posting like notes on Twitter saying that you're in desperate need of treatment, and your life need to be saved, that's concerning. That's why it went viral. Especially since you at one point said that you were thinking of unaliving yourself. So anytime you say something like that, the folks are gonna be triggered. Y'all prove me right on what y'all want from me. Why can't I be healthy and healed? Y'all was waiting for my life to fall apart. At Jeremy Robinson CEO is and has been the most positive person in my life and my best friend and family. Okay, girl. And y'all want me to say something bad about him so bad. We don't want you to say anything about him. Keep him. We don't want it. But I post my #1 single and my new album with @Tricky Stewart and bringing a network back from the dead. This is terrible. You brought the network back from the dead with that one episode? Girl, maybe. But the people are out here saying they were uncomfortable. And I think it's because, I was a caregiver for my mother. And I'm going to say this, there's just I respected that I knew that she didn't want the world to see her in a certain type of way, when she got down bad. So I protected her from that. This is y'all's business. This is y'all's sister. This is y'all's family. But for a lot of us, we were just like, it's a lot. So you revived the network in a day. I'll buy your damn stuff, girl. But then what was you posting that foolishness for? I personally like the song she did with Eric Bonet, and I feel like Tamar's music be fire most of the time, but she want to be over here with this ridiculousness that is, Twitter, Instagram, Insta story, all that shit y'all be posting on. You keep trying to force this man on us. We just know that Jeremy was over there eating Tommy's groceries. Because somebody did Insta lived it. If this is your best friend family, then girl, be your best. He can be your best friend family. Ain't nobody asked you to say nothing about him. Girl, where is your son? How old is he? Did you have a conversation with him before you pretended like you were having a whole meltdown and needed to seek treatment? And what kind of behavior out of him is that going to promote? Is he going to be like, whenever I don't get attention, I'm going to threaten to unalive myself so everybody can feel in some type of emotional hostage over here? Not me, because I mean, I think that's terrible. I think you should, be mindful of the things you're saying. And I think something is wrong with you because that's quite a prank you played there. I wonder how this kid feels watching his mother pretend to break down on the internet. That's what I'm talking about. Shit. I don't care about Jeremy J.R. Robinson, CEO. I remember when on the show, Tamar was sitting up there, they were having a therapy session and she was crying and the sisters was just looking at her. And I just thought that was so terrible. I was like, they just don't look at her. Nobody gonna get up and give her a hug or nothing. Now I see why, because you be playing. And they're like, girl, she does this all the time. Now she's back today with a ha. Nobody care about Jeremy Robinson, CEO, clout chasing ass. He over here doing interviews with Carlos. For what? Why do we need to interview a lawyer? You had him where you had him over at College Hill. Jeremy is a whole TV star. Carlos did another interview, not just Jeremy Child. He did another interview and set the internet on fire. Okay, y'all. So I just wanted to touch on this one just a little bit. So Funky did an interview with Carlos, and it was a really good interview. I've been a fan of Funky for a really long time. Like most of us out here in YouTube, he's the beginning of it all for most of us. I wasn't over here on YouTube until somebody told me to watch the videos, but the interview was really good. And then he got to the end, and of course, he had to have a discussion about this whole TGI Friday, whatever, spilling the tea show that he quit. Now, when he left, I left. I wasn't over there seeing none of the people, TS Madison or none of them like doing their auditions to fill his spot. I do know that when he left there, he went back over to his own channel and he blew up the spot. I had heard of Armand and I did not know who he was. I heard his name like through some Tasha K drama. So I wasn't gonna research the drama because I didn't know who he was, but I have heard his name like amongst other YouTubers, as fans of his. So, I knew he was a popular, when they decided that he was gonna be the replacement for Funky. Yeah, so my first time seeing him was over there, but I really wasn't watching anymore. So I wasn't going to go back just to watch somebody that I'm unfamiliar with. Then that daggone roast start circulating amongst the YouTube streets, child. And I was like, holy moly, Armand, that was not a roast. That was something different. Then after that, TGIF was gone. Now, it's been a lot of conversation out here about who was to blame and that kind of thing. And it was a long conversation to be had about a show that was, I guess we're going to start here, Funky. When you left that show and went over on your YouTube channel and start, having your own show at the same time every night, it was a little dramatic. We did not know about the other things that were going on over there. So I feel like you have a show and one person leaves and you need a replacement. Apparently Armand walked into a situation where they did not want him there. They was over here arguing. What's this girl? Claudia and Al was over here arguing about, I don't know what. I thought they were friends, but they be falling out with people all the time anyway. Like, this group of people be falling out with people, all of them. So, it's no surprise that the shit exploded. Bucky said, he thought the roast was just gross. And then our mom was very immature. Like he had the thing, he's got that thing. He cute now. Now, when I seen him, I was like, okay, this explains a lot. Because Funky, who has been known to upset the folks by calling other folks ugly. And when I say ugly, I mean like Chloe Bailey and Blue Ivy. So when he sat up there and said, our mom this was gross and this young man is immature. I think once he learns, he's talking like from this space of maturity when not even a month or two ago, you was over here going in on Kiki from Love and Marriage Huntsville. And although we all had a very different opinion about Kiki, you know, I had my own opinion and I didn't get into any of that. It's tragic. I think you went on there and was like, no ways tired about the whole thing. And then, went on to go in on this lady because you ain't care. It was kind of immature, I thought. So, when I said in 2025, we not going to like worry about the messenger. We going to go ahead and focus on the message. And our mom was like, to hell we are. Because this messenger don't have no business calling me anything immature. As immature as all these people was over here acting. Because they was all acting immature. I never seen no shit like that before. I guess, try to not be involved. I don't know if the Funky somehow appointed himself this man's mentor who did not ask to be mentored by anyone. So, you know, that's how he felt about it. Now, Funky referred to Al as, I think Carlos was asking something about him was he a diva of some sort? And he was like, I didn't see him be a diva. I think he was insecure. And I was like, insecure is a dangerous emotion. Nothing good ever comes out of people who are strongly insecure. Now, this is just my opinion, but I feel like Al thinks he's better looking than Funky, and so he wasn't intimidated by Funky because he felt like he could at least be the cute one. This is just my opinion. It's an elephant in the room, this man be over here calling people ugly, and the people was like, ciao. That's not nice. Al over here with, all these like Botox and lips and things, and then Funky start going, Funky, don't be over here making duck faces and things and following in Al's footsteps. Cause he look a fool. Don't do that. Child. Anyway. I think that's what it was. I think, he feels discomfort, like he's insecure because Funky has definitely a better personality. And I would say Al is definitely not better looking, but I think in his mind he thinks he is. I think he's fine. Somebody told him. Anyway. Then this boy came over here and he lost his flipping mind because he's not one of the cool kids. He's a real cornball, Al. And what he does is like tries to align himself with people who has a bright, shining light so that he can get a little bit of that shine. This is why he attached himself to Funky, I believe, because Funky has this light about him that Al was trying to bask in a little bit. I don't know. I find it very weird that behind the scenes, like these people are going to HR, and I don't know who Joyce is, but 1 minute Al was hollering and screaming at her, child, why do we have the Zoom meeting? This is too much. Y'all, Al at the Zoom call, screaming and hollering at one of the producers named Joyce, who is an old lady. It was a lot of immaturity going on, child. Al over here telling Funky about what's going on behind the scenes, and Funky over here acting like I did not know any of this things that was going on after I left. I just know Al is a very nice man and probably didn't have anything to do with the drama. Y'all was all dramatic. And then when you get there, Armand, when you get to a job and they say, hey, let's take this person down, and you don't know any of them, don't get in the take the person down fuckery. Don't do any of that. And Funky, if you're gonna be over here mentoring people, baby, maybe find a different way to express things and to tell them that they're just immature. Especially when you be, exercising the same type of behavior. Somebody named Justin was behind the scenes making the show too gay, and I was like, the show was very gay already. Like, what are you talking about? I'm looking at Funky and Al and Claudia. We talk about gossip. This is a very gay friendly conversation and community over here. What is it that you're trying to represent? What image is it that you're trying to give off? I mean, I've been hearing a lot of different people's take on the situation as far as I think we've pretty much all determined that all of y'all be in a lot of mess and falling out with people, and this was destined to happen. Was the fallout like how TGF could have worked? I guess not really, not really after Funky left. I didn't see it working. Who was tuning in to see Al? Armand is cute and everything, but it was just a little late for that. The show was already based on what we've seen from the Zoom call imploding. So I feel like if Armand would have came over here and behaved his little self, then the show would have just fizzled out. And we just would have stopped watching. But since Armand came over here and decided to light Al's lying, sneaky, backstabbing ass on fire, we were all entertained by it. And now we know his name for real, for real. For those of us that didn't know who he was before, I know him now. And I went over there and I checked out his content and I actually like it. So I subscribed to Armand. Yeah, I was, I like what he do, like for real, for real. Um, how will people's careers be affected by this? Not at all. Claudia is not a YouTuber, so she gonna go do whatever she been doing, being making shows. Like she made this one, and Claudia was probably like, Al. Now somebody said, Al, Armand, was that you? That he was behind the scenes trying to take down the show. I kind of feel like that was probably Claudia. To be honest, I feel like Claudia was like, I'll just make another show with different people. Nice to meet you and things. That's how I feel Claudia felt. She was in the comments. That wasn't real mature, I guess, at your job, but she was down in the comments telling the business. That's where the shit all started. So, is she responsible? Mm-hmm. Funky, was he responsible to some extent? Like not in any fault of his own, because everything he did was exactly what he should have did. It's not his fault that he was carrying the show for y'all. He carried the show right back over to his own channel where he can get his own check. So that part I'm never gonna be mad at. Should he have called Armand immature on that interview? No. I think he could have got across the same sentiment, saying things a little bit differently. And especially like I don't disagree with what he said, but I also think, like I said, might as well blow that bitch up. It's already messy over here, Armand. As YouTubers, Armand and Funky, I'm sure got a pretty penny off of it. And for everybody that covered this story, so everybody got fed by the TGIF blowout. Not me. I mean, I'm trying to get there, but I'm just here for the content. Like I'm just here to talk about it. I mean, I feel like we have all the information we needed to have about whatever had happened over there on TGIF. Collectively, these people all played a part in the demise, except Carlos. Carlos just did the interview that like reignited this thing so that people start going back and forth and then Zoom calls start being leaked and things. Do we have a picture of Justin? What does he look like? Might as well get him out here because we heard him on the Zoom call. That's okay, Justin. Don't come out. I don't feel like that, there's anything else we need to know about this. So, Funky, keep doing your thing. Claudia, I'm sure we'll keep doing her thing. Armand, nice to meet you. I'll be over there listening. You was talking about, you said the last thing I seen was a Lotto's album. I do like that. Give me a little insight. Funky said something about you and the rap girls, and I definitely enjoy that part of your content. So yeah, I don't know. That roast definitely caught my attention, and if it caught mine, it probably caught a whole lot of other people's attention. Now, if you don't want to wear a shirt to work, that's your business because that's your channel. Armand. You know what I will be doing? I don't know, because nobody gives a shit. Like I said, trying to hang out for somebody else's shine. Um, y'all like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back tomorrow to talk about some more shit. Bye, y'all.